Oh, I should use this program.
And we're live. I think we should always start with Holly musing, oh, I should use this program. It is Wednesday, the 21st day of May, the year of our Lord 2025. It is 8 o'clock a.m. Holly is wearing her Rift Valley Academy sweatshirt, which, as she was explaining to me before we went live, is the boarding school in Kenya that we hear all these stories about, whose cornerstone was laid by whom, Holly?
Teddy Roosevelt, and the school was founded in 1906. He laid the cornerstone on a safari he went on in 1909.
It is imperialism all the way down. He was drafting the white man's burden on that trip. Um, it is 8:01 a.m. The sun is not shining. In fact, it is raining, which is great news for the sunflowers. The birds, however, were chirping so loudly this morning that they woke me up. And it's going to be a great frickin' day for two reasons. The first, the cactus will explain.
Sorry, I was multitasking.
You're watching Dog Shirt TV, an epic revolution in morning television.
The first reason it's going to be a great day, as the cactus reminds us, is that you are watching Dog Shirt TV, and it is going to be, and it is a goddamn revolution in morning television. The second reason it's going to be a great freaking day is the reason is an example of its revolutionary features, of which there are many, which is that we are going to plan today, live on the show, a special military operation. And we're going to storyboard it. We're going to involve the audience. And we're going to, be, it's going to be lit
I
as
need
they,
I need to move over to where I can plug this into my monitor and have dual screens going on because I can't. I'm on a laptop, so you're going to see all my mess behind me. So sorry about that. But I'm just going to move over here so I can see both you and the chat and the screen. And sorry, the light is it's anyway. It's going to be an unideal
it's
setup.
okay. So
Um,
John Hawkinson says in the chat that he hopes we have a collaborative whiteboard or something. And we do have a collaborative whiteboard, but I have only shared it with Holly. Um, but maybe I should share it with others. So here's what we're going to do. Um, I am going to um, uh, share this with um, uh, I have now set this to anybody with the link can
oh
make a
wow.
chain.
This is really
Um,
revolutionary.
and so what we're going to do, I'm going to figure out how to get the link to this, and I'm going to share it in the chat. Um, and copy link. Whoops. Copy link. And we're going to just put the link in the chat. And I'm going to give you the rules, people, because Holly already violated one of the rules.
What did I
Um,
do? Well, you told me to test it to make sure I could.
yeah, no. Holly's test is a good test.
I'm gonna delete it now. Should I delete
No,
it?
no, no, don't delete it because we're going to share it on the screen. We're going to watch. I'm going to explain the rule, and then you're going to delete it. Okay? Um, and you're going to redo it in the proper manner. All right. So everybody should now have access to this. We're going to share my screen. Um, and here we go. All right. Can everybody see this? Okay, good. So this is the field of play. We are all gonna, we can only, you can't change the background at all. Um, and you also cannot project solid colors. So when Holly makes a solid colored thought bubble or speech bubble, it is verboten
Well,
because
I mean, this isn't like going directly to the laser, is it? Like you can.
no. I'm just making fun of you, Holly.
Oh,
Um,
like
uh, so what I had thought we would do is we would take suggestions for instead of drawing directly on this, because we will have to um, uh, do we will have to make uh, I'm going to have to arrange the laser. If you look right under the Abe Lincoln, there is, I put in for this, I saved the Union, which is, I imagine, with a kind of Yiddish accent. For this, I saved the Union. And so my suggestion is that people add ideas for Lincoln thought bubbles or speech below Lincoln and ideas for Trump, things to say, things to think over below Trump. And also, here's the other rule. We are drawing on Trump's face, but we are not drawing on Lincoln's face because that is disrespectful and I don't think we should do that.
no, of course not.
So, it looks like everybody can now draw on this and write on this.
So
So,
really what you're saying is, we're not actually going to put anything on the picture itself.
not
We're gonna,
not right now. I'll do that later because
okay,
that
yeah,
requires laser programming
yeah. So
and
the picture is just inspiration.
yeah. Now there's one big exception to this, and I want to show you since let's stop sharing that and start sharing something else. This is for those of you who have artistic inclinations and have ideas for designs to draw on Trump's face. Can you guys see this? All right, so I posted this image. This is a close-up of the Trump banner. And of course, the dimensions of any design that you put on this will be exactly the same. So if you can draw on this Trump banner, paste that in on the storyboard. So, for example, Anna Bauer suggested that we write who is the
No,
administrator of Doge.
Abe should ask Trump that.
I think that's a better way to do it. So
Yeah.
put that on the um, uh, put that on the. So let me get. So we're going to give some ideas here by looking at these designs. So I liked this one very much, making fun of Trump's.
Yes, that's very good.
So maybe we can paste that in. Again, just for ideas, we're just storyboarding here. Uh, let's see.
Do you want me
So
to delete my thing again?
no, it's fine. It's not doing any harm. Um, all right. So I am seriously multitasking here. So here's another version of it that. So just a general aesthetic point here. I am not a fan of Nazi jokes as a general matter, so I'm going to go light on them.
Yeah.
But where the MS-13 projection, this one also might be too small to
Mm,
work,
yeah.
but we're putting it in just for. Um, so I liked a version of this if somebody wants to. Again, I have no design sense, so people who know how to draw if you know how to do a no Trump kings thing, because, Lincoln could say, a reminder that government by the people, for the people, of the people shall not perish on this earth. And we could have, Trump with the no kings thing going. Just an idea. Um, Fart jokes, shit jokes, kind of boring in my opinion, but if people feel strongly about it, um, uh, I like the idea just of writing in something, though this one doesn't particularly move me. Here's one that does particularly move me. I really like the sad clown. Um, uh, and by the way, thank you to everyone who romped in on
Oh,
my
so
blue sky.
I don't think that people are able to do this except for you and me. The chat, they're putting things in the chat, but I don't think that are you
They're
guys
not able to edit the.
are you guys not able to do anything in the actual board? It says board unavailable, the owner stopped sharing, or you don't have permission to owner
Wait
open
a
it.
minute. I
Um,
specifically said manage shared board. I specifically said, oh, permissions. Anyone with a link can make changes. Try now, guys. Um, uh, I like this one too. This is a better devil image than. Um, so I'm just putting all of these in the just for ideas, for people. And again, we'll storyboard this, but right now I'm just, assembling.
they say that fixed it, so.
All right, so
Anyway,
what?
this is gonna make a very terrible podcast. I think
Yeah, it's going to be hard. Look, if you're listening to this on audio only, I think you really need. This is one that you're going to want to watch the video of. It is on YouTube. It's in Substack. What do we think of this one? I kind of like this one, even though it is a Nazi joke, but it's a it's a Tesla Elon Musk joke, really.
it's not. It took me a minute to. Is that going to show up? I'm not sure that's going to be.
It would show up just fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty funny with the signature, I have to say. Like although that's not going to show up, but
I
it's
bet we could make it show up.
because that his signature as like a Hitler mustache is pretty funny.
All right, let's put it in
There's a
there
lot
for
of
now.
penis ones. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've seen
I'm not so into the
I was
penis
like,
ones.
well, let's not do the penis
Dick
one.
jokes, fart jokes,
Let's keep it
poop
classy.
emoji jokes. Right.
it
We should
classy.
keep it classy, like Nazi jokes
Yeah. Yeah, keep
and
it classy. Keep it, if you're
cat ears.
Paris, Abe, like that's a good rule of thumb.
Right. Would you make this joke in front of
Of
Abe
course,
Lincoln?
Abe didn't know what a
Now,
Nazi was.
this one amused me actually. Somebody suggested to me that I do the one that I had just done on Friday, which
That's amazing.
it gets meta.
Yeah, that.
All right, so we ought to discuss 8647 jokes because, on the one hand, I sort of feel like, um, you know, they're fine. On the other hand, I also kind of feel like, well, that's sort of inviting trouble. So let's reserve that matter for discussion. Um, all right, dick jokes, no. Death jokes, death of Trump jokes, no, we're not
No,
doing that.
absolutely not.
What about long nose jokes? I mean, it's
Oh
not that
no.
funny, but
Oh, like liar knows. He looks like the snowman.
he does look like the
The
snowman.
snowman is an inveterate liar. That's the fun fact for today. Is that's how he got the nose, which he wants to eat constantly because it's a carrot. But the carrot is actually implanted. It's not just a carrot, it's a carrot plant and it does grow. And he's a terrible liar, which is a good skill for a spy to have. That's it.
Good. All right. I'm not terribly moved by the carrot, by the nose joke, but if others are, all right. this is actually a really good joke, but it's a joke that no one's going to get. And I don't even know if the person who did it gets it. This is a Charles Manson joke.
Manson, yeah. It looks like
Um,
it's a Nazi thing, but
yeah, I'm so not into the Nazi thing. Uh, pointing, picking his nose, is that the joke here? It's not moving me. What is this? A mushroom? I don't understand this one.
I think that's a well, his that's a penis joke.
It's a
Like,
penis joke, not a
because
mushroom
they
joke.
talk about his penis as a mushroom.
Okay,
Anyway,
here's another good clown one.
oh, that's
Um,
that's very good.
yeah, the clown ones are superb. Um, so the Abe Lincoln sticking his middle finger at Trump, I can do that. That should be very easy to
Oh,
do.
okay.
Um,
But would Abe do that? I feel like that's not classy.
it isn't classy, but maybe he'd slap him.
I mean, you should definitely say WTAF. I think that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skinny. No, that's too involved, but I'm gonna just do WTAF.
Um, all right, let's see what else we got on there. Um, more dicks.
I'm
Oh,
just
this
going
is good.
crazy on Abe Lincoln responses, so.
Yeah, well, we gotta, you guys focus on the Abe Lincoln things. So this court jester joke is awesome. Um,
People are still not, are people able to write? I'm not seeing other people. Oh, Joel has actually joined, it says. I think people are not participating, is what the deal is.
well, that's okay. People can participate or not as they choose.
I'm trying to monitor the chat, but I'm not very
Yeah,
good
I'm
at
leaving the chat to
multitasking.
you because I'm on my blue sky screen. The weak thing, I'm not sure
Ooh,
what.
no penises, please.
No penises.
Yeah.
We already did the devil. We've got good devil images. If we,
Good
I don't,
clown,
what is
devil
this?
clown.
It's a cat. It's the back end of a cat.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know what to make of that one.
abstract.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's
Um,
very cool, but it's a little abstract, I
I'm
feel.
not sure what work it would do.
Yeah.
Um, what is this? Hitler, King, um, eat the poor. Um,
Yeah, we got to get some Trump quotes in there. Eat the poor is good. Um, oh, we should have a dialogue about the two dolls. I don't know.
the
Like
two
in the 19th
dolls.
century, that was perfectly fine.
I don't know what you're referring to here.
You what? You don't know? Like the Trump said that American children should
Oh,
just eat
that.
two
Yeah,
dolls.
to be satisfied with two
Yeah.
dollars. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with him about $2. I just don't agree with him about uh, the tax
What do you think about
policy
that?
and the tariff policy.
Yeah.
Um, more dicks, more mustaches, more fingers picking the nose. Guys,
Well, that's
why are you so interested in Trump picking his nose? Loser across the head. I love Tesla. Hitler mustache. SS? No, come on. Um, the SS was unusually good at being evil. I don't know what this is. What do you think of this? Party
is
hat?
that just another clown?
I guess. The other ones are better. Mustache jokes. All right, there. We're done with. Um, all right, so that gets us started. Now let's share the um, where did my you know, you could really accidentally share the wrong screen here, and that could be really a problem. All right. So let's talk to the chat. So one question we got to ask here is, what story are we trying to tell? Um, you
Well,
know, it
my idea was that they should argue about like who the best president, like Trump should claim that he's the best president and like insult Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln should remind him that he sucks. So
but is that like
that's too bold.
I kind of my idea was that Trump should be first of all, Trump doesn't dialogue with people.
Mm,
He at you
true.
know it should be like a sort of running commentary from Abraham Lincoln um more than an engagement with Trump. I don't know. What do you all in the Greek chorus think?
Yeah, maybe like Trump should make just I'm the best president and then just like repeated braggadocious statements and like I put Abe had no plane, I have plane, things like that. And then like not engaging with Abraham Lincoln, but then and then
But
Lincoln
bragging.
but like and then Lincoln commenting like
Maybe we should use real things that Trump has said about Abraham Lincoln. Like I may be a better president than
good.
we could put them in quotes.
Good presidents don't get assassinated.
Um,
We got to do that. Yeah. I'll put,
yeah, I think that's right. I think Trump should only say things he has
yes.
really said
Yes.
involving
Okay.
um
Or like sort of adaptations like real presidents don't get assassinated. Like that's a takeoff.
I like the ones who don't get
Oh
assassinated.
yes, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I was like that's what I was trying to think of one.
Yeah, very good.
Like take like sort of riffs on things he said.
Um, all right. So how do you want to do this, Holly? Do you want to
You want me to like look up I don't think it has to be things he said about Lincoln per se. I mean, we could start with that.
we should start with
Okay,
things
so
he said.
what I'm going to do is I will Google that. And
Um, so you want to say, here, let's,
but then it could be actual just ridiculous things Trump has said that we could make apply to Abraham Lincoln.
right, we could sort of apply them to
Oh,
Lincoln.
here's one. Remember what he said about Frederick Douglass, like he's doing a very good job or something? Like he talked about Frederick Douglass as if he were alive.
All right, so yeah, that's a good
Funny.
one. That's
Lincoln.
but what do you think the first thing?
Oh, here's the whole article. Trump repeatedly compares himself on Abraham. Trump, there's an article, Trump is fixated on Lincoln was, quote, probably a great president.
All right, let's start with that.
Oh, here's one. Trump suggests Lincoln should have let the South keep a little slavery. What is this? What is this quote? I gotta scroll down. A 10-year-old asked by a 10-year-old who his favorite president was. Let's see.
We need to start with something that he's said that like I'm better than Lincoln or I may be better
Well,
than Lincoln.
Lincoln was probably a great president. Although I've always said, why wasn't that settled? I'm a guy that it doesn't make sense we had a civil war. You almost say, why wasn't that settled?
We almost had a civil war. All right, paste that in. Um, so that's what we're going to start with. And I think Lincoln responds to that by saying, "For this I saved the Union."
Yeah.
Also, can Lincoln have a kind of vaguely Yiddish accent the whole way through?
I mean, it's your thing. So, oops, I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Did I do that or did you do that? Someone else.
I moved it.
Oh, okay.
So you put in. So
Okay.
let's make this a total clown was born. And let's use one of the clown images. Where is the clown image?
Bring
We
in the
we
clowns.
Yeah, that was awesome. Whoever did that sprite of mischief, um, bravo. Sad clown. Maybe we can use all the clown images. Um, we got the court jester image, the sad clown image, other sad clown image. Yeah, so okay, so Lincoln, um,
Wow, the 10-year-old called in to Fox and Friends. Who lets their 10-year-old call in to Fox and Friends?
I don't know, but all right. So I think it starts with Trump saying Lincoln was probably a great president. Although, as I've always said, why wasn't that settled? You know, I'm a guy that it doesn't make sense that we had a civil war. You'd almost say, like, why wasn't that settled?
We
And
could shorten that, I feel like. Yeah.
yeah, and then Lincoln can say, for this, I saved the Union. Um, well, what if we did it this way? We said, it's like we really make it a dialogue. For this, I saved the Union, and then Trump responds something like this. So Lincoln says, Trump says, Lincoln was probably a great president, although I've always said, why wasn't that settled? Lincoln, for this I saved the Union. Trump, you know, I'm a guy that it doesn't make sense. We had a civil war. You'd almost say, like, why wasn't that settled? 7 years ago, a total clown was born.
Yeah,
Um, and
that's
then
great.
you have Trump's image morph into clown images.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a classic. He's done more for the Black community, except for maybe, um, let's take a pass on Abraham Lincoln.
Whoa, you got to put that in.
Okay, my mouse is being difficult. Wait, where
All
did it go? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Uh-huh.
all right, let's move it up here.
I forgot this whole thing. And then Harris Faulkner interrupted Trump. Well, we are free, Mr. President. He did pretty well. Yeah, you understand what I mean. So I'm going to take a pass on Abe, honest Abe.
All right. I
Oh
like
yeah.
that
Oh,
there's
this is the full quote. Let me correct that because it goes
all
on.
right. So wait, I just corrected up in the script here.
Oh, okay. Where is it?
Um, I moved it.
Oh, okay.
Um, so for those of you who are listening at home, uh, and not seeing this, we have a storyboard now that is starting to map out how what the thing will
Oh,
look
let me
like.
check the.
And it is Trump talking smack about Abraham Lincoln and Abraham Lincoln responding.
Oh, there's some good ones in the chat. What the hell is a score? Okay, write that one in there.
Yeah, that's good. So get it in. Um,
Let's see. Oh, oh, there's a really good one. You guys are really good. I'm gonna let's
So
see what
Joel has a very good idea, which is thought bubbles. Uh, and um, I think, what if we have Trump only say things that he actually said, but he can think whatever you want? So, like, four score, what the hell is a score would go in as a thought bubble.
some of you guys are Civil War airports. What was the
Um,
full quote on that?
all right, so John Hawkinson, hello.
Hey Ben, I just wanted to pop in with a technical inquiry.
You're breaking up terribly.
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
Well, I'm just concerned these quotes are a little long, and I wonder what is the maximum length you can really have projected at one time.
So the answer is if they're static images, um, uh, they would have to be shortened a lot. But if you scroll them, you can go as long as you want.
Right, but the scrolling is hard for people to read, which maybe is good. It encourages people to stop and watch for a longer time. But anyway, I just wanted to tee that
Yeah,
up as a concern.
it's a very good question, and
Oh,
the answer to it is, um, there are like ideally, um, uh, the other thing is you can break them up and do them fit as much on the screen. Like Lincoln was probably a great president. Next shot, although I've always said, dot, 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 next shot. Why wasn't that settled? Right. So there's different ways to do it. We're not storyboarding it frame by frame right now. You can't really do that until you've um, uh, also, you can't thought speech bubble the you can't speech bubble scrolling text, and so like that stuff I'll figure out you know as I program it or arrange it. But for now, we're just sort of figuring out what we want it to say.
fair enough. Anyway, I was just here to say keep length in mind. Bye.
Yes, good point. There is an excellent thought bubble. Who stuck that in? Um, Joel. Okay, so anybody who wants to suggest a thought bubble, please do it in the text, not in the, but do what Joel is doing. Go in and actually create a thought bubble. Just borrow Joel's.
That's elaborate. I feel like you can work that out later. Like, shouldn't we just get the ideas at this point?
Sure. Um, do it however feels best, but get it on the storyboard because I have trouble following the chat. Uh, uh, Instead of follow, while I'm doing this. So, Holly, another big question. What
Yeah.
do we want the trajectory of this to be? So we start with Trump talking smack about Lincoln and Lincoln responding, and then where does it go? What's the direction?
Like, where's the sort of the conclusion of the debate?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, what's
So
the?
do something on this is just I feel like we got to just get the ideas down and then then we can see order in the chaos.
Okay,
I feel like we need something on habeas corpus, but I'm not nothing comes to mind, like um let's see here. Like Lincoln suspended habeas corpus, but actually
at least he knew what it was.
um let's see. Let's see.
All right, so people put proposed thought bubbles under the thought bubble. Um, so what the hell is a score? Um, let's move the things that make sense as thought bubbles to underneath the thought bubble.
I don't know how to spell habeas corpus, by the way.
You know, it's because you didn't grow up. Latin isn't your native language.
It isn't. My daughter speaks, well, speaks. She's very good at Latin.
Um, all right. Who else has thoughts they want to uh, looks like John Hawkinson has evicted himself from the entire show. Oh, Birch, great point. Very fine people on both sides. Who can forget?
Hey, Lincoln in his second inaugural, he doesn't quite say that. He more like says there's very bad people on both sides.
Yeah, and besides, he was
It's
trying
a
to bring.
philosophical statement.
Yeah, so, oh, Birch, that was such a good one. Yes.
I'm writing it in. Are you writing it in?
I was going to, but go ahead. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, Lincoln should make a joke about insurrection, right?
Yeah, I
Like
put that up there. I said
back in
I
my
thought we
day.
decided insurrection was bad.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Um,
I put
but
that up there somewhere, but I don't see it now.
it's okay. I see it. Um,
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna see if there's different other Lincoln quotes by Trump. Oh my gosh. Oh, definitely like I could have avoided a civil war.
did he say that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's a bit of a riff on like without if I were the president.
he didn't actually say that, did he?
No, but he said
Right. What's
he said
basically what
something
he said
akin to
about.
that, and then I'm riffing on the Ukraine's.
Right. Of course.
But he did say that no, oh, here it is. He did say the Civil War could have been negotiated. Oh gosh.
All right.
Oh yeah, here we go. So many. Okay, this is amazing. I'm gonna put this in the whole quote in there because it's amazing. Oh my gosh, this guy is like, is he more stupid or is he more terrible? I
I
can't.
don't know. Sometimes it's the malevolence is tempered by
It's
incompetence.
it's
Sometimes
just
the malevolence
so
is
he's
exacerbated.
so stupid.
So many
Many
mistakes.
mistakes were made. I think you could have negotiated that. All the people died. So many people died.
Okay. So wait, that's actually better than the
Yeah,
um.
that's amazing. Um, it was.
You can't make. You literally can't make this shit up.
Oh, he called the war so horrible but so fascinating. It was a tough one for our country.
It was. Yeah. Put all of those in. Um.
And then Liz Cheney's not to him, but she responded like, which part could have been negotiated? Okay, I'll put Liz Cheney's quote as Lincoln. Liz Cheney responded like not directly to Trump, but which part of the Civil War could have been
Oh,
negotiated?
Richard has a great idea. 86-15.
What is that?
Uh, Well, I assume 86 is, it's like 86-47, only 15 would be Abraham Lincoln.
Oh. Oh, that's good. I like that. A little esoteric. A little requires some comfort with numbers.
Well, so 86-15, and Lincoln has, has some response like they did, or John Wilkes did, um, John Wilkes Booth did, and uh, I don't know, that could be like the end. Um, yeah, Lincoln was
Lincoln
this.
should definitely at the
Hey, is Alice who points out that Lincoln was the 16th president? Is that the Alice? Or is it a different Alice? Alice, are you joining from Vienna? Oh, it's Australian Alice. Um, okay. Uh, um, all right.
let's see. Oh, Lincoln should mention his, let's see here.
This is Donald Trump, hopefully your favorite president of all time.
Oh, that's
Is this real? It has a close quote, but
no,
not
no,
a.
that's a real that is he says that all the time, Ben. He says hopefully your favorite president.
But yeah, but does he say better than Lincoln?
Yes.
I wonder if I can project the vomit emoji.
Oh my gosh. He is so ridiculous. Oh, oh no, this cannot be right. Apparently recently, just a few weeks ago, um, is this real? I don't know this prospect.org. I don't think this is parody. Um, Trump stunned Nebraskans today with his demand that the state change the name of its capital, Lincoln. This can't be right. Or lose federal funding. Lincoln was the original DEI president. This can't be true. It's an April Fool's thing, but it's pretty good.
Um,
It's an April Fool's thing. But I mean, you can't tell these days, honestly. You can't tell like what is a joke and what's real.
yeah, so we could end this with Trump saying 86-16. Lincoln saying, you know, dude, they did. And then Trump saying, I like people who weren't assassinated, or something like that.
I don't know what there were. Let's see here. I don't know what there were.
I suspect it's a response to there were very fine people on both sides.
Oh, okay. Where is that?
I moved it
Okay.
up.
I'll put it back. I'll put it closer up here.
All right, so I have a serious question for people in the last 15 minutes, and this people should engage either in the chat or above, or just by coming on and talking about it. What do we think the story arc should look like here? We've got a lot of material. How do you imagine the flow of the story working?
Oh, people. Oh my gosh. apparently Trump said that nobody ever heard that Abraham Lincoln was a Republican until he came along.
Right. Uh, that's good. Stick that one in too. Um,
Oh my gosh. Oh, he also said he would likely beat George Washington and Abraham Lincoln in an election.
stick that in
It
too.
would be very hard for Washington to beat him if he came back from the dead and chose. No, Trump said he believed it would be hard for Trump to beat him if he chose Abraham Lincoln. Um, a ticket, a Washington Lincoln ticket. It would be hard to beat, but he could do that.
A Washington Lincoln ticket.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Um, um, interesting. Well, I mean, he could barely beat Hillary or Kamala. Um, all right, we got 15 minutes left. Let's talk story arc. Holly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm still looking at quotes because there's so many, honestly. You could do
Well,
that.
we've got a lot of material at this point. Also, do people have ideas about we've got a lot of Lincoln stuff, we've got a lot of Trump saying things, but do we have enough Trump images? A lot of the images are Hitler oriented. We're good on clown images, but what other images do we need?
I mean, you're going to be projecting like bubbles up there, right?
Right.
So,
But it's got to be the bubbles, the text, that's easy. Um, the the hard part is going to be um, the hard part is going to be the thing that's going to make it magical is doing things to Trump's face.
yeah. I don't know. It looks like you have a lot of pictures.
Right, but not all of them are very usable. For example, like none of this gives rise to an MS-13 or a Hitler mustache. This devil one here is really
I don't
good.
think they have to necessarily go with the quotes. Just keep doctoring his face up.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it should follow
Well, you could
the
you could put
script
a
somehow.
stovetop hat on him.
Could put a what?
A Lincoln hat on him.
Yeah, that's true. Or you could have like to go
A
back to
MAGA hat.
the nose growing image. We could just have his nose grow ever further as he lies about his being bigger than Lincoln.
Yeah. Story arc. Well, Trump isn't terribly organized in his thought
No,
process.
but we are.
Yeah. Mm,
I think
I mean, you should arrange it in a way that speaks to the two different meanings of America. Yeah.
say more.
Yeah, like um, Abraham Lincoln's view of America is, that that it's based on principles that can't be violated, and there's something larger at play here that's worth preserving, and Trump's view of America is that it's all about him.
Yeah. So how do you transition from him bragging that he's bigger than Lincoln to the it's all about me? I guess it doesn't need much of a transition.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he doesn't understand why Lincoln is an important figure, I think speaks to the fact it speaks to his misunderstanding. He doesn't understand what America is, like, period.
Okay, I just had an idea.
Okay. Because I'm just like talking out of my ass. So,
That's okay. What if, to go back to this Lincoln sticking his finger at Trump and the Trump nose, what if every time Trump says something ridiculous and braggadocious, his nose grows a little bit and Lincoln's arm goes out a little bit?
with the finger
Yeah,
or maybe his fist, can he like punch him?
he could punch him and then turn his fist over and, um, and it could end with um, with that image. Or do you
Yeah.
not want Lincoln saying "fuck you"?
I mean, he I think he could do some body humor and stuff. He's not like some sort of you know, angel statue or whatever. We can
Right.
have him do some edgy things. He could be an edgy person. I feel like at the end Lincoln should have like his hands over his face.
Oh, nice. Put that in. Just a note to do that. Um, um, that's good. Um, I do think we're heavy on text right now and light on um, good. Uh, oh, Birch has another good one. I am your retribution.
Mm.
Um, uh,
Oh, and then like
with malice towards none,
yeah,
and or
with
that's
malice towards none, or maybe just one. I have with malice towards dot 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 one.
yeah. Although I think if Trump is saying I am your
Yeah, yeah,
retribution,
yeah.
then Lincoln doesn't actually.
We could honestly, we could do like you could do a whole back and forth with Trump, horrible things Trump has said, and the Lincoln's second inaugural. Honest, there's so much in Lincoln's second inaugural.
Maybe, I mean, Lincoln's second inaugural is so short. Um,
Everything Lincoln said was so short.
yeah, maybe we could do the whole, all Lincoln says is the second inaugural. And although he does have to start with, for this I saved the Union. Um, uh, yeah,
Yeah, you could actually, yeah, you could use the second inaugural as kind of a as kind of the narrative, but insert things and change up things
right.
and
And there's what he says and what he thinks.
or you could use the Gettysburg. I think the second inaugural is better. Uh,
Yeah, it has
but
it
you
has
could insert
more
other things.
lines for Trump to riff on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you could use the second inaugural as kind of your narrative arc. And then they could obviously go off track from it.
Right.
There's a bunch of like when Lincoln talks about people reading from the same Bible and all of that. There's plenty of Trump quotes about his Christians and his evangelicals. Yeah, his
Yeah, and
evangelicals. We
and
gotta just
also
put the evangelicals in there.
and also uh um Timothy 2 or
2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's a sequel to um all right. What ooh, the Lincoln having a tear is nice, but it would have to be an animated tear so it doesn't look like he's MS-13. Um all right. I think I've got a lot to work with here.
Okay.
And I think what I'm going to do is mock up a whole bunch of this stuff, and when I'm done, we can preview it um on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think it's brilliant. Many minds are better than one mind, even if the one mind is brilliant.
Oh
So
man, crowdsourcing this stuff is so
yeah,
much fun.
that's the whole idea behind the intelligence community. We have brainstorms like every day.
All right, so folks, we have 5 minutes left.
Oh, I
Any,
have things. Do you want me to talk about things?
no, I want to just make sure we have all the ideas on the table. Anything else from the Greek chorus? Um, uh, Sounds like not. All right, what's on your mind other than this?
Did you
Ollie?
see this absolutely ridiculous story of Trump? I'm actually not clear if it's already a done deal or whether they're going to do it, but deporting Asian migrants or
To
whatever
South
to South
Sudan.
Sudan. Ben, I just can't with these people. Every now and then I see something and I just like it just breaks my brain completely. And this is definitely one of them. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah, so you are the person of my acquaintance who knows the most about South Sudan. For those who may have a limited sense of the world's newest country, um, what kind of shape is it in to accept deportees from the United States?
terrible. Well, first of all, it's already overrun with refugees from Sudan as well as internally displaced persons. It's pretty much a failed state. It has zero government capacity outside the capital. It is awash in militias and weaponry. It is not safe on a good day. And it is right now in the midst of a real political crisis where the president has basically canceled the peace deal that ended the last civil war and is fighting on a large scale with his main rival. And yeah, I mean the capital has been the safest place in the country, and that could go. So like when I've been to South to Juba, and the embassy, which is partially evacuated now, like they all live, it's an unaccompanied post, and everybody lives on a compound so that they can evacuate them easily because they've had to do it a couple of times. And so I stayed in a little tukul, as they call them, and on this little compound and drove around in an armored vehicle. It is not a safe place, like on a good day, on the best day. It is, and these people have zero. I don't even think these migrants that they're deporting even speak English.
No, well, so
A
it is
lot of
not,
them.
as of last night, which was the last time I checked, it was not entirely clear what the circumstances were. It appears that um, one of the people who they think may have been deported to South Sudan may have been, in fact, deported to Myanmar, which is where he's from, or at least that was the
I don't know what's
representation.
worse for him. I mean, depending on his story.
Right. That was at least the representation of the government to the district court. There is going to be another hearing today, which the estimable John Hawkinson will be attending for lawfare, and some of our other people will be monitoring remotely. There does appear to be one person at least who was at least in being in the process of being deported to South Sudan, a Vietnamese person, but the government refused to confirm that. It is not at all clear to me how that person, how the government thinks that it is not facially violating a court order in order to do that. And the judge in the case appears to agree with that and demanded that the uh, government counsel notify both the pilots of the plane and the DHS officials that they are risking criminal contempt. And so um, I think we will find out more today, but it does appear that, at least from what we know from last night, that appears to be the situation.
But it's
Um,
just crazy. I mean, we have taken in over the years, we've had massive refugee programs taking in South Sudanese. Like, this is a country
We
that
don't do that anymore. It's only white South Africans now, Holly.
did you see Marco Rubio? I hate Marco Rubio. Can I just say that? Like, of all,
We're going to close on that note because it
I
is now
despise
9 o'clock.
him. He's a piece of trash.
Holly, how do you feel about Marco Rubio?
The worst people are the ones who know better, and he totally knows better, both in terms of intelligence and he has given evidence of having principles in the past. He totally knows better, and he has just made a conscious decision to be evil. And so therefore, he is a piece of shit and I hate him.
On that note, we are going to leave it there. Folks, we're going to be back tomorrow. I don't know who the hosts are going to be. I don't know who the guest is going to be. I may or may not have a mapped out storyboard for you to present. But whatever happens, I'll be there. You'll be there. The snowman will be there with his growing nose.
He also hates Marco Rubio.
The snowman hates Marco Rubio. And, you know, as Lucius Cornelius Sulla put on his gravestone, no better friend, no worse enemy than that snowman. See you tomorrow.